A fun movie exercise for me is thinking about actors who turned down roles that ended up being iconic. So, like Will Smith as Neo in The Matrix. I think it would have still been incredible, but the long build up to the badass action scenes is mostly about a reluctant hero. So it's kind of hard to imagine many other people other than Keanu Reeves who can go so seamlessly from brooding programmer to spider-like death machine. Sean Connery declined the role of Hannibal Lecter because he thought Silence of the Lambs was repugnant. There was a point where Gene Hackman had control of that project and fancied himself in the role. In fact, the 1980s Michael Mann film Manhunter features a rather unremarkable turn by Brian Cox in that iconic part. Oh, also, Sean Connery as Gandalf, come on. John Lithgow was approached as the Joker for Tim Burton's Batman. Absolutely, he could totally see this. Like, different, but not by that much. Al Pacino turned down Han Solo because he didn't really vibe with that script and he just bounced. Say hello to my tall, hairy friend. So, rapid fire a few more. Johnny Depp as Ferris Bueller, John Travolta as Forrest Gump, and Robin Williams was Kubrick's first choice for Jack Torrance. I bring this exercise up because it's important to remember just how much a difference an actor makes in a film. Like, to go back to Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins chose HAL 9000 as inspiration for the voice of Lecter. Cold, calculated, terrifying. There's an inevitability to his performance. Like, nothing can stop him. We can only hope we're never in Lecter's way. And now we have something more than just a mystery thriller. So this week we covered Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge, which, if you're unaware, is not on the same tier as its 1991 horror counterpart, The Silence of the Lambs. But I found it interesting that this direct-to-video feature managed to cast some pretty experienced actors. Listen, not legendary, not by any stretch, but the three central men in this film, Hess, Krauss, and Toulon, look way more like professional actors than I feel like a movie like this should have. Like, these are like people who are decades of experience of playing killers, doctors, uncles, cops, or whatever on hit TV series, and they're getting those parts on the reg. I was a bit taken aback by how much I appreciated Puppet Master 3 for its simple 3-star story. I was engaged for like 15 minutes, and then the lore started. And then there were leeches and green food liquid that they get from blood. And there's a brief B-plot of zombies. Yeah, I'm not blaming the actors for any of that. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Do you have a favorite character actor?
A favorite character actor?
Like, just
Gosh.
by somebody you're like, I love what they do. I love seeing a movie with blank.
John Lithgow is pretty top notch.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
You know, like I feel like there's quite a few character actors that every time they appear, I'm like, oh, +1. Yeah.
I'll give you one. Harry Dean Stanton.
Okay.
The moment Harry Dean Stanton is
sure.
in a thing, I'm like, yes, absolutely.
I think before he passed away, Pete Postlewaite.
Oh, very good. Yes.
He was the father in not my left foot, The Sins of the Father. That's it. The other, the super intense. But he did like Brast Off with Ian, you know, like just, I don't know, delightful character actor that also brings warmth and depth to whatever role he's in.
Yeah. I remembered him from Usual Suspects. Like, there's just something about you see a person's face. There was another guy I was thinking of, and I had to look up his name, is John Carroll Lynch. So okay. I love him as Norm Gunderson in the movie Fargo.
Sure.
And he plays kind of like just big, simple, dumb guy. And he's also one of the prime Zodiac suspects in the Fincher.
Yes, Zodiac. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
And you can picture him immediately. I think he has just a long career of like playing just a prison guard. Like, in fact, I think he's also in Shutter Island, if I remember my list correctly here. So yeah, that sort of look. And it's like people like that you recognize over and over because they are so maybe visually appealing, but also just good at what they do.
They're really good at what they do, and they can slide into any character. I mean, going back a few decades, but Ruth Gordon,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
like amazing,
Yes.
amazing.
Well, here's where we kind of like tail off of talking about great filmmaking.
Hmm.
um,
Yes.
Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge, Berlin, 1941. We've got Dr. Hess, who is basically some Nazi doctor doing experiments on some very bloody, cut up,
Yeah.
shaking man on a whatever.
Which
And
I was like, hey, at least we're getting to the like kill count early in
get
this
right to
movie,
it.
which I appreciate, you know?
And this is such an interesting setup, and I even like this opening sequence wherein so we've got Major Kraus, who is one of our other major characters. Major Kraus in the Nazi army is coming to visit Dr. Hess, basically to say, "Hey, General Mueller is anxiously awaiting results on your Death Corps project." And Hess is like, "I'm working on it right now." Well,
Yeah.
I love the way that Kraus comes in, does his hand up, and says "Heil Hitler," and you just see Hess kind of like half-heartedly just kind of throw his hand up in the air.
Yeah, just like, yeah. This guy is in it for the science.
He's in it for the science. I was never in it for the Nazi shit. I just,
No, no.
if the Nazis got some use out of it, fine. But I just like experimenting on human bodies.
That's it.
So the idea of this project is reanimating the dead so that you can create super soldiers because they're losing so many men in battle right now that what if
Yeah.
they could
We just recycle.
we just
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
absolutely. So, but the problem that they're having here is that the current version of this super drug that gives life to the dead body is turning them into like maniac killing machine zombies
Yes.
that you have
Yes.
no control
Rage
over.
zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than brain zombies.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I like this as a setup for
Okay.
like a B movie horror film. Like this is
Yeah.
cool, and these guys competently do this scene. It's fine, but we do get a cutaway to the driver, Krause's personal driver,
Uh-huh.
who is marionetting a skeleton puppet with like giant red Mickey Mouse looking gloves on.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah. No, I think you nailed it.
Okay.
Well, and he later, he's kind of our through line for the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because next thing we know, we're at a puppet show, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves puppets.
Sure. Yeah, we've
And
got. Oh
this
yeah.
is
Go ahead.
it's a very subversive puppet show. We've got our six-armed cowboy
Uh-huh.
sort of stand in for the United States in a showdown with a Hitler puppet.
Sad
And the
Hitler.
kids are going wild. Sad Hitler. Yeah. Kids are going nuts. They love it. Except this one guy who was there the night before. And he's like taking all kinds of pictures. He's like, oh no.
Uh-huh.
Subversive. And then after the show, we meet Andre Toulon
Mm-hmm.
of the film's title. And he's like, giving a little backstage tour to the kiddies. He's like, okay, everybody. Oh, nope, the puppets have got to go to sleep now. They're like, what? Puppets don't sleep. They're like, oh, but they do. They
Uh-huh.
need their sleep just as much as you or me. Okay, gotta go. Bye-bye now. But that guy comes in and he's like, oh, I'm a puppet master too.
This is
Hence,
Lieutenant Stein, the blonde-haired
Stein.
driver. Yeah.
Yeah, blonde guy. So I guess that's why he had a puppet in the first scene. I can't imagine his upper ups would allow him to just be playing with puppets when he's
Well,
supposed to be guarding the car.
it's also huge. Like it is
Yeah,
like it's
like a full-size marionette,
yeah, it's like
like a
lap
2-foot
dummy
marionette.
sized. Yeah. And it's I'm like, where does he keep that? In the car? And he just like kind of like a imagine like if you were an Uber driver, like sometimes if you're waiting on your passenger to come out of the
Mm-hmm.
coffee shop, you'll just get on your phone and play whatever Candy Crush or some shit.
No,
That's
pull out
his
your puppet.
version. Pull out your puppet. Okay. But
Puppet
yeah, I mean,
Uber.
the goal here is just to set up that the Nazis are looking into subversive artists,
Yes.
which
Yes.
the film Cabaret does a
Truth.
great job of looking at subversive art in Nazi Germany.
Truth. Yes. I am a camera. Yes.
Yes, Puppet Master 3 is not interested in that as much. Well, by that, I mean quality and good
Mm-hmm.
storytelling. But they,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we're going to meet Elsa and Toulon.
Yeah.
And Elsa's his lovely wife, and she helps with all of the puppets. And at night, they inject the puppets with this bright green liquid,
Okay. Now.
which is what gives them life. They're all hungry after the puppet show, and they need
Yeah.
more life juice.
They've used up a lot of energy, and they need the reanimator fluid.
I don't know if this is a valuable conversation to have or not.
Okay.
How do green life liquid work?
That is a good question.
Uh-huh.
How long does it last?
Where do you get it? What
What
is
do
it
they
made
need?
from?
What is it? What is it made from? Because later we get a few clues, and the clues even more mystified
Uh-huh.
after we get a little bit more information. Like just enough information to completely befuddle me.
Yeah, this is where in lore, or like when you write any type of sci-fi supernaturally thing, is just you know what? Just set up early on that your character can fly, and then they have laser
Yeah,
eyes,
that's
and
it.
never explain it.
Yeah.
We never need to know
No.
mid-chlorians or
I was
whatever
gonna
it
say,
is
don't
that.
talk to me about midichlorians.
Yep.
I don't need to know.
No,
Nope.
no. In your world, this is part of the physics. Like, how do magnets work? Well, you can explain it all day to me, but like, why does those core value? What makes the magnet really like?
Hmm.
Why are there
But
magnetic
magnets
poles?
exist in our
But
world.
magnets exist
Therefore,
in our world, so we just accept magnets and gravity work, and we build models for understanding why. However, in a film, you need to be air fucking tight if you're going to scientifically explain why supernatural shit is going on.
well, I think it's interesting that they went the science route for the puppets
Uh huh.
rather than the magic route for the
Hmm.
puppets. I think puppets that can move and kill, presumably, magic,
Yeah.
not science. Because and you notice it like he's got a syringe filled with the reanimator juice,
Yeah.
and he's like injecting it into their neck, but it's like that's made of wood. Is it? Are you just? Shouldn't you just bathe them in it?
Yeah.
Like it's not going into anything.
No. They have no. They have no vascular system, right?
There's
There's
no
no. Yeah.
veins. There's
Yeah.
no, nothing like that.
Well, and I couldn't help thinking because 2 weeks ago we watched we watched Tales from the Hood from
Hmm.
1995, and in KKK Comeuppance where we have these dolls that live in the house, and
Yes.
that is very much spiritual magical, meaning that the
Yes.
souls of the murdered slaves took over the dolls and then seek a revenge, which is I think what this movie wants I think should
Yes.
be. I think this movie should be people who
Yes.
were wronged by the Nazis. I think it should be uprising German or Jews and and gays and foreigners and communists to being like, "Fuck this shit. I'm gonna kill your ass."
Well, and we get that explanation like an hour and 20 minutes into the movie, but it never describes how he got. So it's like, this is my friend. He was an accountant and he was always smiling. And then the Nazis killed him. Now he's a puppet.
What?
Did did he what?
Uh, yeah, I and also
What's the transference like there?
and the last puppet he builds is a puppet of
His
Major.
wife.
Well, no, that but
Oh
at
no,
the
the last
end
puppet. Oh yeah,
is
yeah.
like the Nazi
Yeah.
puppet to kill Nazis, but it's
Yeah.
modeled after Major Kraus.
And that because I know that I've not seen Puppet Master 1 or 2, but I'm pretty sure that puppet features heavily
Yeah.
in those, I think,
Okay.
from what I remember of the look seeing the VHS cover from
Uh-huh.
1980 whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like, but he's not even dead yet. So you have a puppet without a soul killing the person whose soul it's supposed to be. I don't get it.
And why are we wanting that when the other puppets are all lovely people? The other
Yeah.
puppets are based
And
around
like,
the
and I,
souls of
yeah,
lovely people.
I kind of, yeah, they're like, okay, so here's a bunch of, people that were wronged by the Nazis. They volunteered. They wanted to, they were my friends.
Yeah.
And now they're just my friends in puppet form. And
Yeah.
this super serum keeps them limber.
Yeah. So we basically have Tunneler, who has a
Hmm.
drill for a head.
It's a drill for a
I
head.
thought it was a birthday hat to start. Uh,
Sure.
we've got
You've got tiny head,
Tiny Head, that's Pinhead. They all have
pinhead.
names, apparently, according to
Oh,
Wikipedia.
okay.
So
Okay, great.
Pinhead, who is
Hmm.
tiny
He's a
little
big
head,
bruiser.
big, broad shoulders, and like it's puppeted with human hands. So when you see it close up,
Hmm.
Pinhead is
Hmm.
just very, very, very strong. We have Jester, Jack
Jester. Yeah.
Jester.
He's
Uh,
like, hey.
yeah, and then who doesn't do a lot. And then we have Six
No.
Shooter, the six-armed cowboy.
Six shooter. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then later we're gonna get. I don't know if she ever gets a name other than just Elsa. He makes a doll of his wife.
Yes. And she turns bad.
Yes.
She gets real bad. Slug lady. Death
I
by slugs.
it's funny because this movie is like maybe a year after Basket Case 2, which we covered a while back for
Okay.
this show, which is a
Yeah.
similar like horror movie sequel that I haven't seen. I've seen the first Basket Case, and Basket Case 2 goes
Okay.
a totally different direction in tone, and it goes towards monsters as forces of good, as people who are oppressed, as
Hmm.
people who are outsided by the
Band of
mainstream.
outsiders. Yeah.
Yeah, band of outsiders, and this movie is doing that exact same thing. I don't know how the first two Puppet Master movies go, but we are dealing with band of outsiders sort of thing. All right, so obviously Andre Toulon loves his wife Elsa. He makes her this doll.
Hmm.
I would die without you. I'm never gonna leave you. Never, whatever. Well, meanwhile, Lieutenant Stein had, after being kicked out of the puppet theater, spies on them from the window. Not only sees
Hmm. Hmm.
he sees that these puppets, they all walk around on their own, and
Yeah.
there's something freaky about it. And he takes it to Kraus and to Hess to say, like, hey, here's this thing. And Hess, as the scientist, is very much like, oh, that's if he figured out a way to do that, that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do with my whole death core project or whatever. And Kraus is like, he's committing treason by killing
Kill
Puppet
them all.
Hitler. Yeah.
Yeah. Kill them all.
So we have this kind of internal battle between Hess and Kraus of, what we should be doing. And Kraus is very much a like, kill them all. Hess is like, no, let's do it for the science. But General Mueller is still kind of on Hess's side, being like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to develop. I've got Goering breathing up my ass,
Yeah.
telling
Yeah.
me I need to create a zombie juice so that we can reanimate the corpses of our dead soldiers. So they shut down the puppet theater. They don't not only let's see, they come to arrest Toulon.
Yes.
And in the process, Hess is taking these vials of green juice down. Elsa tries to stop him. She gets shot in the back.
Yeah.
Kraus says, as Toulon is weeping over his dying wife, they pull him away, and Kraus says, you go to prison, she'll go to the hospital. She spits on Kraus, and he just shoots her dead.
He just shoots her. Oh no.
Yeah.
So
But-
they've got Toulon with
Uh-huh.
with a couple of his puppets in a separate car.
Pinhead and
And those
Tunneler.
puppets just go ham on that driver.
I love just how
Driller.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah, Driller just literally drills through the person driving the car
Uh-huh. Which crashes into
and
some pallets.
the thing, and then he just leaves.
Yeah. So, okay, so Toulon has escaped custody. We finally meet General Mueller, who is basically he's riding Hess, saying like the higher authority needs your test results
Yeah,
for what you're working on.
yeah,
And with Kraus, he's like, you killed this dude's wife, and we're trying to use this
yeah.
guy.
Like we need leverage
We need
here.
leverage, and you're off just being violent. And of course, Kraus is like, well, I don't see the death of a Jew woman as a problem. So, like, clearly we have like conflicting interests and lots of incompetence
Yeah,
happening in the Nazi
you're like
circles.
you're lacking bigger picture here, Kraus.
Yes. And then we get the phone call, hey, by the way, a couple of your soldiers died, Kraus, and Toulon has escaped.
Uh-oh.
So we go burn down. We don't burn down the building. We just burned up his puppet theater stage.
Yes, but then later it's totally fine again.
I mean, it doesn't look. I mean, it doesn't look like I couldn't build this thing in an afternoon, but it wasn't super complicated. It's just
Yeah.
a platform with some
I mean, like the puppet
drapes.
theater is burnt down, but
Yeah,
later Toulon definitely hides out at his puppet theater, and I was like, oh, apparently
yeah.
the
They
entire
just
building didn't burn.
yeah
It's
they just the
just the
stage.
theater part.
Yeah, just the little
Okay. All
puppet
right. Well,
stage. Great. Showed him.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it's like, I slashed his tires. So they also they solved the problem like in an uninspired way, but they solved the problem I had at the very beginning when I was realizing what this movie was going to be about. All of these puppets are going to get revenge on the Nazis.
Uh-huh.
I thought, what are they going to do with the Hitler doll? And I realized the thing with the Hitler doll is he's inanimate. He doesn't have a life in him. He's just
He
a
doesn't give him
wooden
the juice.
doll. He doesn't get the juice. He's just kind of like sad faced and shakes his head no and is like, oh, I'm being,
Yeah.
when he gets shot down on
Yeah.
stage. So they just smash
But
the
doesn't
Hitler
Kraus
doll.
like smash him up anyway? Yeah, they just smash him
Yeah.
up. They're like,
They
no,
just smash
yeah,
him up. Let's just
yeah,
get rid of this because we can't have like a hero Hitler doll
yeah.
killing the
I know.
Hitler Youth or whatever. All right. They manage to burn the theater stage down, but they don't ransack his belongings. They leave a lot of the juice. They leave the puppets. They leave all of the things there because
Yes.
Toulon is going to get back home later and then
He's
take the rest of his puppets.
And yeah, take the rest of his puppets. Hess is doing experiments
Mm-hmm.
with the juice now, and he's like, oh yeah, like analyzing it under a microscope. Just one look under a microscope, and he's like, yes, I can see exactly what I need to see. Like,
Okay.
okay, sure, share with the class. But he injects it. I actually kind of like this. They had a reanimated corpse that has like the side of their head blown off,
Uh-huh.
and they have a gun in their hand, and they're trying to like kill themselves again.
Yes.
And he's like, "Hey, check this out. Sure, he only lasted like 10 seconds, but he's not filled with rage like the other ones were."
Mm-hmm.
So surely there's like Toulon must have been onto something,
Yeah.
but we don't. But I think Hess is starting to get that it's not a chemical thing. It's more of a like conditioning thing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, this guy wanted to kill himself. So he wanted, so in his last moment,
he
he's
died
going
by
to continue to
suicide.
yeah,
And then
he's going to
when you
continue to want to
reanimate,
kill himself.
yeah, it wants to do that again, which is I found sort of interesting. And so
So
the
if you
idea
find
is
a soldier that like died in the line of fire, he's going to be reanimated and he's going to want to be a super undead soldier.
Mhm. That's exactly it. But meanwhile, Toulon is very sad about what's happening in his world, and he is swearing revenge on every Nazi, and he tells
Yeah.
all of his puppets no mercy. So they're going to sneak into the morgue one night, and the doctor on duty in this
Uh-huh.
hospital morgue or whatever, he gets garroted by Pinhead.
Yeah.
They unlock the doors, get Toulon in, and he finds Elsa's body and
Hmm.
injects her. And this was after he had picked up the jar of leeches back at his apartment. And
Yes.
so was he? I thought he was going to try and reanimate her, but he actually was drawing her
Yes.
blood because he needs to
So I
put
guess,
her into the doll.
yeah, like human tissue from human
Uh huh.
into puppet version,
Yeah.
chemical X into puppet version makes reanimated puppet with
Right.
the soul of person.
Yes.
It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Uh huh. Okay. Um, some doctor
Now, where
comes
the
in. Oh,
leeches come into this and why she gets leeches and why she has
no.
unknown. And why
Un
do leeches kill people? Unknown.
I Yeah, I thought leeches were helpful in matters of medical science in some form or I don't know. Well, sh th we have a lot of moments where some
I will
doctor or
say,
person gets their leg chopped in half or
yes.
like broken by tiny puppet.
I don't even think that guy dies. I think they
No.
just like slice his leg and then run out the door.
Yep. Hmm.
I will say I love Elsa's makeover.
Yeah. Yeah, she goes from
So she's like,
Hausfrau to purple
yeah, like
Gorgon sort of
white
thing.
little
Yeah.
beads and, kind of hair in a bun. And then when she's reanimated as a death puppet,
Hmm.
she's like, her hair's all down. She's got like an angry face, wearing purple and
Hmm.
kind of looking like Stevie Nicks,
Uh-huh.
but
So
filled with leeches.
filled with leeches. Well, we're gonna see her in action here because Lieutenant Stein keeps going to or keeps Lieutenant Stein goes back to the puppet theater space and he gets socket wrenched by Pinhead, who does most of
Hmm.
the heavy lifting as far as violence
Yes.
goes. Six
Yes.
shooter comes in later, but uh, Pinhead is definitely our front line of attack, and he gets
Hmm.
socket wrenched in the shin, just like, and then he gets
Hmm.
socket wrenched in the face, and then Elsa from above starts puking leeches onto him,
Just, yep.
which is how you die.
What a way to go.
And Toulon shows up and says, "Good night, fellow puppeteer."
Oh,
Which I
dear
was
God.
like, we were hoping that line was going to land as a real like
Yeah.
'90s catchphrase, but it didn't quite.
Yeah.
All right, so Kraus
So, okay.
finds
So,
out. Oh
so, so
yeah,
Toulon has a list.
yep.
Toulon's got a list, clearly.
Yeah, he's got a list. He's going down. He's checking it twice. He's going off this
Hmm.
thing, and now we're gonna get back to Kraus, who is like, who are you? When he gets in the car to be driven places, and the guy's like, I'm your new driver. Stein is dead. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Take
That's
me
unusual.
to him.
Yeah.
So they see the leech covered body. They find more of that green juice, and which I'm like, why did you not ransack? I mean, you had full when you all you did was set the puppet theater on fire. You knew the
You took
green
one
juice
bottle. You took
and
one bottle
the
and then left.
and that the puppets were.
And I think
No, it's weird.
it's this scene in which Megature Kraus just like starts shooting
Uh huh.
all the bottles. Now, clearly, I mean, obviously, this character. He's a blunt instrument. This character.
Yes.
He is pure rage. He is, has zero interest in politic, in this for that. Not
Nope.
he is just like when he's mad, he just wants to kill.
Yes.
And now, of course, since Toulon killed one of his, now he's like, fine, I'm gonna shoot every bottle on this shelf.
So next on the list is General Mueller, who General Mueller,
Loves the ladies.
boy, he does love a bordello. Got two movies in a row
Hmm.
with a bordello. and lots of titties, lots
Yeah.
of softcore fucking and titties.
Hmm.
But so Toulon dresses as a blind beggar and just
Oh
kind
my
of
God,
like
this is
makes his way to the
brilliant.
brothel.
No one will ever suspect.
It's just
No, like literally, it's like he put sunglasses on and a scarf and like
yeah,
a hat and and a cape. It's like, I'm a different person now.
yeah,
The
his little
art, the art of subterfuge.
Hilf dem Blinden, his little sign around his neck. It's so good. Um,
And I also love that this bordello is the most happening place in all of Berlin. Like, it's the middle of the day. There
yeah.
are people like hanging out the windows. There's hookers on the street. There's like it. They are having a time, those Nazis.
Oh my God,
I
they
would think,
love it.
I would think even in like bordellos usually operate under the radar, but this is like something out of a musical comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And to blind man Toulon just sort of like walks right past like do 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 do,
Mm-hmm.
takes out six shooter,
Mm-hmm.
climbs up the building.
Yep.
Now, okay, so six shooter clearly interrupts Mueller after he's had his little fuck session.
Mm-hmm.
He gets one of his arms blown off by a normal size gun,
Yep.
but then he shoots Mueller like five times.
Yep.
Mueller falls back out of the window, which I'm glad Mueller died falling out the window because I'm like, those guns are only like this big.
No, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it'd be like, I, like,
You might
it'd
lose
be
an eye
really
from
hard
one
to
of
kill.
them.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be really hard to kill somebody
Yes.
with a gun and a bullet that's like this big.
Mm-hmm. So, Kraus gets the phone call that Mueller is dead, and
Oh no.
again, maybe this is why the Nazi regime fell. I would say land war in Russia was probably a bad idea,
Hmm.
probably,
Hmm.
but there probably was a lot of incompetence, and I would say one of the procedural incompetences laid out by this documentary is that they have
Yes.
soldiers, like officers,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
conducting police detective work
Ah,
into the
yes.
murder,
Yes.
completely
Hmm.
decimating the crime scene, being
Oh yeah.
the most incompetent detectives you'll ever
Yeah.
see because they're
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
detectives. I think that's just a sign of many cracks in the procedural
Yeah,
foundation
just
of the Third Reich.
it's starting. The house is starting to fall.
Yeah.
I love it when Hess. I love it when Hess is like, "Oh, okay, like, well, this is look at this tiny little bullet. This
Mhm.
is clearly what he was shot with." They're like, "But he was shooting. It's like How could he miss point? Oh, look, there's a puppet arm sitting right here. I wonder if this is the clue we're looking for."
I wonder. Meanwhile, Toulon has been hiding out in this. He refers to it as, I guess, a shelter. It's just kind of an old. It looks like a bombed out building somewhere in Berlin.
Well,
Or
he was hiding in a pharmacy
okay,
because that's where he was, I think, making the juice or found the juice or something.
oh, I thought that was his old place. That was the juice he got. Or
No, I think it's a pharmacy, like
oh,
a
was it
boarded
the?
up, like probably run by Jews who have been run out of town, and that's where he meets dude and little
Oh, okay.
guy,
This is a
right?
pharmacy that he's. I just thought that this just looked like
I
the
think
the
so.
exterior shots look like a giant building that is bombed out because it's all rubble everywhere.
Oh, and then that's a different place.
Because that's where he meets
Yeah.
Hertz and his son Peter, Mr.
Yes,
Hertz
yes,
and
yes,
Peter.
yes. Who
Uh,
were fans of his at the puppet theater. They were like, "Oh, it's the boy who's like puppets need to sleep."
yeah,
He's like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh, we're on the run from the Nazis. I'm having a swell time." I was like, "Kid, you need to readjust your. You need to reframe your situation here."
yeah. He thinks he's in Life is Beautiful, and he is not. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is in the like bombed out building that they're all staying in, and they
Yes.
approach
Okay.
Toulon, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're hiding too. we're all Jews. We're
You
all,
won't give us up, right? And he's like, well, yeah,
yeah,
no.
I'm trying not to give myself up. And,
Yeah,
um, you know, Peter sees that six shooter's arm is missing, and he's like, I'll go back to your lab and get it. And he's like, you don't need to do nothing, kid. Like, you just do
chill.
whatever your father says.
Yeah.
Father's trying to get Peter and himself to Switzerland. He's also trying to get his wife back because she was arrested by the Gestapo because they knew she was from Poland. All this shit is going on. Well, so that's happening. Meanwhile, Kraus is so annoyed with Dr. Hess because Dr. Hess cannot stop talking about how brilliant Toulon is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you, sir, are going to be under armed supervision until
Yeah. Yeah.
Toulon is captured because I don't trust you. Um, so Peter does sneak off to Toulon's old workshop, and he goes to find bits and bobs of these puppets.
Like a wrench or an arm or a drill or
Yeah,
something.
just something like all the spare parts that he needs, which the
Yeah.
Nazis have never thought to ransack and
No.
capture, take any of
No,
that.
of course not.
So, but meanwhile, Hess has convinced his little soldier guard, his little private, to take him to that lab because he wants to do the same thing. Meanwhile, he finds the boy.
No, yeah.
This
This
kid,
kid, this poor
oh
dumb
my
kid. He's like, hey, I'm a friend. Oh, I mean, sure, I have an armed Nazi guard, but
god.
I'm totally a friend. I just want to talk to your friend Toulon. We're all friends here, right?
Yep.
Just talk.
And I guess this is sort of credulous because he does sort of become. He has some kind of weird redemption arc. Hess does, because we're going to learn when he does get over there, he very much sympathizes with Toulon and wants
Well,
to
again,
help him escape.
he's the like, I'm only in it for the science.
Yeah,
I just want to figure out, I love a problem and I
yeah,
love figuring out problems.
yep,
It's unfortunate that the problems I'm figuring out are creating Nazi super soldiers.
yep,
Just time and place.
yep. I love the accents in this movie are wild, and most everyone's doing a great job with the German. It's just kind of like a slight German
Yes.
accent at
Like a
times.
whisper. Yeah.
Yes,
My favorite are all the bodyguards, the dudes in the background, like the young actor dudes that have like three lines that are like, yeah, we found him over here.
like the more evil you are, the stronger your accent is, or
Hmm.
the more
Hmm.
meaningless your part is, the stronger your accent
Yeah.
is. My favorite is this boy Peter, because he doesn't really go for the accent. He's very American sounding, but
Yeah.
every few words he puts a slight German accent on. Like he was like, "I will help you, puppet master." And it was like,
Oh,
"I will
good.
help you,
That's good.
puppet master." It's great.
Hmm.
All right, so Peter has sold out their hiding spot to
Yep.
Hess, who has shown up at the rubble shelter
Hmm.
area. But
Yeah.
also, Kraus has somehow captured, or Hertz found a wanted poster for Toulon, saying there's
Yes,
a
that's it.
reward if captured, and he
Yeah.
takes it to Major Kraus.
He's like, I
Kraus,
know where this guy is. Just promise you'll get me and my son and my wife to Switzerland.
yes, like I don't even want your money, just get us out of here.
Hmm.
Which that's an awesome idea. Definitely bargain with
Yeah.
Nazis, you guys.
Yeah.
So now Kraus and his men are on their way to the site of the rubble. For whatever reason, Kraus allows Hertz to kind of say, "Hey, let me go get my son first. I'll be right back." And he's like, "Fine."
Okay, sure. Because we're gonna shoot every motherfucker in this place.
Yeah. But
And this is where we get the sort of the Toulon Hess scene about Toulon's like, listen, what is the magic juice made of? It's in every museum in the world. It's based on ancient Egypt. You know how to do it. I know how to do it. Just snap your fingers. Wish real hard. Clap your hands.
It turns out the
That's how
magic
you do it.
the magic green life juice is just the friends you met along the way, is
That's it.
almost the line he says to
Kind
him.
of.
Yep.
Because I was like, wait a minute, what? Okay, so maybe it's made out of is it the leeches? No. It's okay, it's based in ancient, and then we get an even more incredulous flashback to like Toulon in 1911,
In
1908,
performing Puppet Faust in Cairo.
performing Puppet Faust in Cairo, presumably where he learned about this magic thing, but we only
Uh-huh.
get one little flashback. And that's all the explanation we get.
That is.
And this is where he says to Hess, he's like, you know, these puppets were my friends.
Uh-huh.
They had to voluntarily be puppetized.
Yeah.
That's why
That's
the
why.
magic works. You
Yeah.
got to believe. You got to believe real hard. You got to clap your hands, and Driller Killer comes back to life.
Yeah, the Nazis surge in once, especially once Kraus knows that Hess is in there because he sees Hess's little security detail outside, and he says, "Listen, if anyone sees Hess, just shoot him on sight."
Yeah, I'm done with this guy.
We get another shot of another this movie for a B movie. What I really want a B movie to do is I want it to be horror film. I want it to
Yeah,
have creative, if absurd, deaths. And we had
yeah.
the
It's very
semi-creative
cut and dried. This.
yeah, when Stein dies, here I'm going to describe how Stein gets killed. He gets hit in the leg, knocked
Yeah,
down, hit in the face, and
yeah.
then leeches puked onto him.
Leeches, leeches, leeches.
The
And then
first
he's just kind of like,
the first
the
Nazi that
dude who got
comes in,
drilled. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude who gets drilled through the tummy.
but this Nazi that runs in first gets hit in the leg, hit on the
Yeah.
face, and then leeches puked on
Yeah.
him. I'm like, you guys, we got to
Yeah.
vary it up. We need a Home Alone style
Yes. Like a
set of
little,
traps or something.
yeah.
All
They're
right.
puppets, Jeffrey.
I
What can
know.
they possibly
I
do?
know. I know. Just you guys, if you don't, I never need the script to be tight or tidy or neat or clever. I need the creativity of your childhood
Yeah.
imagination of how to murder someone with puppets. Um, okay, so Hess and Toulon get out of there, but as they're running out, Hertz, Peter's father, sees the Nazis are
Yeah.
coming, and he's like, "Run, they're coming!" But
Yeah.
Kraus hears him say this.
And then him and Kraus tussle for the gun. He gets shot.
Hertz gets shot, and Peter
Then
witnesses it.
Hertz gets shot. And now Peter's just like, oh no, my father.
Oh no.
Hess gets shot?
No, he
No.
watches six shooter guns down a Nazi soldier.
Yes,
And for
that's
some
right.
dumb reason, Hess just kneels over him and says essentially, "Oh, he's definitely dead." And then the soldier just up and stabs him in the chest. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
why
right.
are you
That's right.
why are you examining
like,
this soldier? Fucking
Clearly,
run.
this man is. Oh. And then the soldier literally just like stabs him and then like lays back down.
And dies. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
that's it. That's why, because I was like, man, you only have three main characters in this entire movie. What a wild way to kill. Just like, I believe this man is dead.
Uh,
He wasn't.
but he tells in his last breath, "Keep fighting."
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, okay, great. All right. So now we're down to so we've got Peter
Here we go.
and Toulon back at Toulon is back at his old workshop now, I think.
Back at the workshop that they burnt down. Yes.
Yeah,
That
where
is
they just
exactly
burned
what I
down
was
the
thinking.
stage, but not the workshop. I don't know.
Yeah.
However this works. And this is where Peter's like, "I will help you, Puppet Master," and they're gonna put together,
I will help you, Puppet
"I
Master.
will help you, Puppet Master," and then we cut to Kraus back at his office, looking real annoyed, just chain smoking under the Nazi flag, just like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. And he tries to pick up the phone, but it's not working. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, you're being puppeted,
And
puppet
then
mastered.
there's Jester sitting up there laughing, holding
Oh.
scissors. Me, hee, 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 hee. Got your
He tries to
phone.
throw something at it. He's like, no, you can't do that.
And guess what, Cecil? Kraus gets
What?
stabbed in the leg by a puppet.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But
Yep.
this time, it's the Kraus doll that Toulon has been
Yes.
working on.
Yeah. Which has like a hook for a hand
Uh-huh.
and has a knife and has like kind of straight, twiggy blonde hair and
Yep.
like a black hat, like a black
Yes.
fedora.
Yep.
So it does kind of look like Major Kraus, but sort of in a skull sort of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
like Toulon is there and they've got him down on the ground. They've got
mhm.
Kraus down on the ground. They're like, "Hey, I made a puppet version of you. How does that make you feel?" And Kraus is like, "Fuck you and your puppets.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a flying fuck about any of this."
No. No. And Kraus tries to fight back.
Hmm.
Um, but Pinhead is there to smash Kraus on the head, right as Kraus is like,
Yeah.
these are puppets. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what
Bam.
could they possibly do? Yeah.
And then
And then they like I don't know, what would you call it? Like butcher hook?
Yep, through the
5 points on
Achilles.
his body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Achilles
through the
heel,
Achilles, through like
the
the
palm of the
back.
hand.
Yeah. And they lift him up
Hmm.
like a puppet. Jeffrey, see,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
like
become a
he's the
puppet.
puppet. See now,
You get it?
yeah,
Do you get it
I
now?
do. Well, I wrote. See, this is me punching up the script. I wrote a line for
Uh-huh.
Toulon here that I think they should have added, which is "Who's the puppet now, bitch?" And I think
That's it.
that's there.
Yes.
It is. Like there's your.
Who's the puppet now, bitch? Wait, what's a German? What's German for bitch? I think we
Oh,
can just or
yeah, I don't know. Oh, I sure don't
who's the
know.
puppet now, Dummkopf?
Who's a puppet now, Arschloch? That's so good. All right, so they've tied him up. He's a puppet, and then one of them grabs. There's like a halberd that's on the wall, and they like an old school like
Yes.
battle axe looking thing.
They kind of like set it up below him. It's all very like Double Dare descending.
It is. It's
You
very
know,
complicated. And
it's like,
listen, I was just asking for creative death, and they finally did
and
it.
you're getting it. You're getting it.
This is a super creative death, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. And I'm enjoying how much Toulon is enjoying it.
Yes.
Because listen, I I think there's in real world a sense of like fantasizing about revenge or fantasizing about
Hmm.
even down to like just shower arguments you have with people in your head of
Sure.
just how mad you
Yeah.
are at somebody in those moments. That is like that's a tough part of normal life, and it can be really sad. Like revenge can be a really sad storyline when conducted in real life. That's why I like B movies to up the ante of just how
Yeah.
violent revenge can get. And the fact that Toulon is savoring this human violence
Oh
is
yeah.
lovely to me. And
Because
he
it's not
sets,
there's just that he's hanging him from the ceiling.
yeah,
It's that now he has lights a Nazi flag on fire,
uh huh,
which is directly below the rope that will burn and break, that will drop Kraus onto the battle axe.
yeah,
So it's a like tantalizing kind of moment. It's like you're the big bad. Your death is not going to be quick.
no. And I really, shout out to our man here playing Kraus. This is Richard Lynch, experienced TV actor, plays a lot of villains, and he is. I really love his like whining and mewling about I don't
Yeah.
want to. Yeah, please don't,
Of
and
course.
he does, and impaled he
Yeah.
is, and Toulon is like later.
Peace. Oh, but not before I take your identity.
Epilogue, Hamburg Hauptbahnhof,
Which
and
does it, which I was like, I thought we were in Berlin.
let's say yes.
And
Let's
then literally a character goes, "Did you enjoy your time in Berlin?" I'm like, "Bitch, we're in Hamburg. That's a different
which,
place."
having driven between the two, they are not close.
No.
No, in
So
fact, Boston is a longer drive, or Boston is a shorter drive from New York City than Berlin is from Hamburg.
yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
decidedly different places.
So I was like, "Okay,
Hmm.
sure. I guess but they're headed away from Berlin,
Hmm.
I suppose.
Sure. But
They've got a layover in Hamburg."
yeah, I didn't really notice it until the woman said, "Did you enjoy your time in Berlin?" Where I'm like, uh, if you hadn't said that, I would
Yeah.
not have.
Or if you,
Yeah, very strange.
yeah.
But yeah, he's there with Peter. And
Hmm.
okay, Toulon, I know it's going to all work out for you in this film, but just
Yeah.
lay low. Like, giant duffel
I
bag
know.
full of puppets. You know,
I know,
people have
right?
been putting up signs, wanted evil puppeteer. Just leave your puppets in the
Also, do
bag till
also
you.
does Major Krause not have like any, is there no photo ID part of, like their registration, or is it just the name?
Uh,
Because because the guy's like, "Yes, Major Krause, are you traveling alone?" He's like, "No, I'm not."
I've
Like,
got
wow, did he
I've got this random
alter
child
the,
with me.
yeah, did he alter the photos at all? Or are there photos? I don't know. Ask a historian. Don't
I,
ask me.
that's a great question. I do not know how papers work. I do not know how it works
I
to
don't know.
just travel across international borders with a child that
No.
you very clearly will not have paperwork that says we even have the last name, let alone we're related.
I think the idea is that like Major Krause is high enough up the food chain
Okay.
that doors just open for him.
And we've learned, yeah,
People like he's clearly a bad guy. He's clearly a pretty high up bad guy.
yeah,
So people are just more afraid to be like, yeah, whatever you say, I recognize this level of evil, and I'm just gonna like not, I don't want to fuck with it. So, oh, you
yeah.
have a kid? Cool. Is it yours? Doesn't matter. I'm sorry I asked the question.
That's very much, yeah, that's in line with the rest of this film where procedurally the Nazis are absolutely incompetent.
Yeah.
So he gets on the train and he's off to Switzerland. And meanwhile, the last shot is Gestapo man running in to be like, I
Oh
brought
yeah.
this. I finally got the printout of the wanted sign. Oh, the train left. Oh, well.
Oh
I
no.
guess I
We didn't
have
even
no
know you were on the
power.
train.
I guess I have no power to call a stop to the train and have
No.
it
I mean,
searched.
how did they even know he was on the train?
If you think he's on the train, call for a stop to the train. You're the fucking
Yeah.
Gestapo or SS or whatever you
Yeah,
are.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
but
no, we can't do that. Those trains run on time. This is Germany.
oh, that's true. Top priority.
Yeah. And then we
The
do get this like, the young boys like, we're going to Switzerland and then to America,
I
which presumably is when Puppet Master 1 through 2 happens.
I guess so. I did a quick look at Puppet Master 1 seems to indicate that Toulon is in California in 1939
Oh, okay.
and is killed by Nazis in while they're in Cal.
Oh,
Anyways, it's very confusing. It's very I was like
okay. Interesting.
I don't know. I'm just reading the Wikipedia article. I got confused and started crying and I ran away and
Just curled up in the ball on the floor.
yeah. The end. Shall we rate this movie, Cecil?
Yes, let's.
All right, let's start with horror movie approachability. How approachable is this movie if you're horror movie squeamish? One being not at all approachable, don't go near it. 10 being you will have no problem with it. I would give Puppet Master 3 Toulon's Revenge like 7 out of 10 throat leeches. Like it's more like kind of gross than gory when it's bloody. It's not a lot of like it's pretty basic in its violence. Like I just didn't find it like super graphic. It kind of suggests what's happening. Probably the most violent scene is the string up the Nazi at the end. But even
Yeah.
that doesn't really like there's no like head popping off. There's no like guts pouring out of a body. There's not even like
Like the two reanimated zombie corpses are more like the most bloody things
yes.
beyond that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean I would say like Flesh for Frankenstein last week was like way more gross and gory than this movie is. This movie is not scary at all because, like Basket Case 2, the monsters are the heroes, and so the people getting mostly scared are the good guys, and or the people that are getting scared are the bad guys. The good guys are the monsters.
Yeah.
Um, and ultimately, like it's just kind of fun to fantasize about torturing and killing Nazis. That's all. I mean, good times.
Sure. Sure.
So for approachability, 7 out of 10. But to speak nothing of approachability, Cecil, how do you rate this as a horror film?
As a horror film, it's okay. Like I found it dragged on a little bit. Again,
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, the puppets are cool. I liked it when they were like the puppets did things.
yeah.
Kind of the stop animation-ness of it, I thought was
Hmm.
very creative. But yeah, I think after a while, there's like only so many ways you can be like, oh, that Nazi officer's gonna get it. Oh,
Yep.
and he did. Well, on we go.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know, 3 out of 10 burnt puppet theaters.
Sure. Well, let's figure out what we are going to watch next. You've got a scare die. I've got a style die. Let's roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. On your scare die, Cecil, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is technology. 2, vampire. 3, psycho killer. 4, a wild card. 5, werewolf. Or 6, demonic.
That's a 6.
Wow, just blasted that right off of there.
Put them on, take them off.
Great. All right. So your demonic scare is going to be matched with whatever style I roll. If I roll a 1, it's got to be based on a true story. 2, it's got to have a 5-word or longer title. 3, a prestige picture. 4, something from the 2020s. 5, something we would consider horror homework. Or 6, a horror comedy. Let's see what we got here. 3, prestige.
Which do we get to watch a good movie now, Jeffrey?
We get to watch a Hollywood movie now, basically.
Okay, all right.
There's no
Fair enough.
promise that
Fair
it's going
enough.
to be good, but it'll
Yes.
be slick. We've had a run of less than slick movies for a bit. Okay, so we wrote down a few that would match prestige demonic film. And we also are at Random Horror 9 on Letterboxd, and you can find our lists there and contribute to all of the possible die rolls on any given week. So, Cecil, I think you had a lot of these, so let's go through these
Yeah.
prestige demonic pictures. The Ninth Gate.
Uh, uh, Johnny Depp is
Yeah,
a essentially a book detective
sure.
who gets hired by Frank Langella to complete his Satan book collection.
Hmm.
Very Roman Polanski, late Roman Polanski, detective story, Satan-y vibes.
When you said book detective, my brain immediately was like, I must find out who wrote this book. Oh, here it is.
Pretty much, kinda.
There it
That's
is, right
kind of
there on
it.
the spine. Found it.
Yeah. Book
Harper Lee.
detective.
Harper
Satan
Lee
book
found
detective.
it.
Yeah.
Angel Heart. Bobby De Niro.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mickey Rourke.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Lisa Bonet.
Very, yeah. Like this is like a big sloppy crazy movie, but it is kind of like at the time it was. I mean, it's a lot of big names that you know.
It made Bill Cosby mad, so that's a plus. We've got
Yep.
Lost Souls. I don't know this film.
So this is Winona Ryder and Ben Chaplin,
Okay.
and it's like Winona Ryder. I saw this when it came out in the year 2000.
Hmm.
She like was the victim of demon possession, and now she helps priests exorcise people.
Okay.
So she's like a professional demonologist, but you know, things go awry, let's say.
Sure.
And I
We've
was like,
also
I don't know, it's
got
got Winona Ryder in it. That's prestige, sure.
we've also got Constantine,
Yes, I mean,
Keanu Reeves.
speaking of Keanu,
Hmm.
I mean, Rachel Weisz is really great in this movie. Shia LaBeouf,
Wow.
you know, Tilda Swinton.
Whoa. And this was one I know
Definitely
you've.
more of the action side of demonic, like
Yeah.
comic book action.
Yeah, and it's based off of comic book or graphic novel. One of the
Yes, yes,
two.
and
But
yes.
yeah. Mephisto Waltz. I know I've seen this
Now, this
poster
is one
before.
that I've not seen, but it's come up a couple of times. It's got Alan Alda and Jacqueline Bisset from 1971. And essentially, I've not seen this, but it sounds like a frustrated pianist, um, like somehow turns into a virtuoso overnight because of Satan.
Okay, sure.
So, like, kind of imagine the opening strains of Rosemary's Baby with the actor who's like, I'm a frustrated actor. Oh, I made a deal with the Satanist, and now I'm a celebrated actor. I think similar kind of Faust, make a deal with a group of Satanists, get what you want, but at a cost.
Okay, I gotcha.
But I
We've also.
think, to compare it to some of the more like flashy demonic movies, this seems more like quiet, acting driven,
Yeah.
script driven.
We've also got Fallen, which I did not remember this movie at all, but this is a hell of a cast.
I've never seen this. Denzel Washington, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, James Gandolfini.
Wow.
And I remember it being a serial killer movie, but I think there's a demonic element. So, like, there's a serial killer. They either like catch him or kill him or something. And then the kills keep happening.
Uh-huh.
So I believe there is some sort of demonic
Okay.
aspect to it.
And finally we have The Devil's Advocate.
This movie is so silly,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Al Pacino, it's Keanu Reeves, it's Charlize Theron.
Yep.
Keanu Reeves is a young hotshot lawyer who gets brought into a firm in New York run by Al Pacino. And essentially, Al Pacino just wants to see where his morals lie.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's talk about what people had to say on Letterboxd. We've got a few suggestions here. Let's what do people have to say?
Half Price Horror recommends The First Omen. Says it's kind of an elegant throwback to the 70s conspiracy thrillers that still
Mm-hmm.
packs a punch with the use of gore. Plus, Nell Tiger Free is putting on an absolutely fearless performance. I've heard really good things about The First Omen.
Yeah.
Monstrum recommends Hellboy, the Del Toro first movie of Hellboy, in which, Hellboy is from hell, but he's also kind of good.
Yeah.
And, has to figure that out. They also recommend The Wailing. Did we watch The Wailing?
I feel like we watched The Wailing. I
I
think I'm
think we
gonna do a
watched it for a
quick.
Patreon.
I'm gonna do a
Yes,
quick.
we did watch this. Yeah. A
Yeah, it
policeman
was a
investigates a series of
Patreon.
mysterious deaths.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So The Wailing, yes, very good movie. Yeah, because I remember there's like a shaman battle at the end of The
Patreon
Wailing.
episode 41 from April 24.
So, sign up for Patreon and listen to that episode.
There you go.
And that's kind of it. A
That's
lot of
kind of
people are
it.
like Angel Heart, Devil's Advocate, Ninth Gate.
Mm-hmm. A plus one for Hellboy. Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
of pluses for Devil's Advocate. Uh, I tell you what, I was sort of intrigued by the first Omen. Like I hadn't even thought about that
Oh,
as
yeah.
one that's interesting because that I did hear good things about it too, but I haven't seen it. And I'm so intrigued
I haven't seen
because
it.
the Omen I found so silly, and I find a lot of
Yeah.
that 70s demonic possession stuff to be a little goofy. So
I
to
think
see like
I
a
think the only
modern take
reason,
on it would
yeah,
be interesting.
yeah, I think I don't know if there's when I think the other movies that kind of on the list were like, I know these actors.
Oh yeah.
These are famous actors. These are actors that, I recognize versus The First Omen, which even though I've heard good things about, I don't
Yeah.
really know anybody who's in it.
Yeah, point taken, because you have people who maybe 5 years from now we're talking about how brilliant they are, but
Right.
right now
Right.
they're not very many household names here.
Yeah.
So just being a really good horror film doesn't necessarily make it prestige, which is fair. Um, never seen Angel Heart. I'm super intrigued by that big mess of a thing. Uh, there's more like Hollywood, less horror-y things like Constantine and Devil's Advocate and Fallen.
Yeah.
It does seem like Hellboy is another one that I've seen that is not
Yeah.
doesn't feel horror to me so much as comic booky. Uh,
Yeah. I would put like Hellboy and Constantine kind of in the same
uh-huh.
niche.
Uh, Ninth Gate is
Yeah,
interesting.
honestly, out of, I mean, they're all similar-ish, but I think the Ninth Gate is like the one that I'm like the prestige of it. Listen, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good,
Okay.
and it is a little more subtle than some of the movies we've been watching recently.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Frank Langella, and
Uh-huh.
honestly, Frank Langella does give a fucking great performance as evil Satanist numero uno.
Yeah. It also feels like the most, I've not seen it, but it does feel the most in line with like horror film rather than like Hellboy is
Yes.
comedy,
Action
yeah,
horror. Yeah.
action horror. Uh, Devil's Advocate feels a little bit like leans a little bit not horror so much as like more like Faust, right? It feels a little
Yeah,
Faustian.
it's
Yeah.
horror, it's drama.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does have some horror, and it is like the ham acting is intense in The Devil's Advocate, which is a vibe.
Which is a vibe.
Absolutely a vibe.
Going back to Mephisto Waltz, because
I
that's one you
know. Or we
haven't
go for the
seen.
quiet, subtle 70s.
It's Alan Alda and Jacqueline Bisset.
I know.
Um, my, I think the question is like, do we want? Is that's prestige? Alan Alda was huge.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Bisset was
Yeah.
enormous.
Yeah.
It's one we haven't seen before.
That's true.
I don't know. What do you think? Do we want to line it up for a coin flip or a roll, or do we want to just like dive into the one that just sounds the best?
Let's do a coin flip
Okay.
between the Ninth Gate and the Mephisto Waltz.
Ninth Gate and Mephisto Waltz. All right. I think you rolled last time, so I will do the coin flip. All right. I got my Secret Service challenge coin. All right. The star side is going to be the Ninth Gate,
Okay.
and the eagle side is going to be our Mephisto Waltz. So let's flip that
Okay.
here. Flip. Eagle, Mephisto Waltz.
Okay.
There we go. Well, that was
A
fun.
classic.
It is a classic, and it is available, according to Just Watch, for a viewing, for a rental somewhere. So we can do that. Well, that's interesting.
Let's panic over. Let's panic over some satanics, shall we?
I love panicking over satanics. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. If y'all have thoughts on Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge, or ideas for movies that would have been good prestige demonic pictures, let us know at Random Horror. Let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Patreon. And on Patreon, we have public discussion threads for each and every episode, and you don't have to be a paying member to participate. So watch Mephisto's Waltz. Is that where we're at? Oh, the Mephisto.
The Mephisto Waltz.
So watch the Mephisto Waltz with us this week, and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no Nazis casing your anti-fascist puppet theater or nothing. Boo.
Boo.